directly to you. Alrighty then. So, I guess getting started, this is Pokemon Red Nuzlocke. I've changed the rules a little bit, so they are the changes I made are in the description, so if you want to look at that. The way I was going to run this is to basically explain what I'm doing. That way, if anybody watches this as I guess, something in the background, you'll still be informed as to what's going on. And Oak has a Porygon, apparently. So, there's that. Let's see. I'm also curious, since you're in chat, if you're hearing audio for the game and or yourself, if you wouldn't mind. And if you do, I guess you could say hello to the crowd. So I started up the stream, and since this is going to be a VOD and stuff, I've got it set up to save when I'm done. So first things first, I'm going to go over to the PC in my room and pick up the potion. And then after that, I'm going to go get my starter, of course. Gotta say goodbye to Mom, because I'm never going to see her again. And then go get my starter. So out into Pallet Town, up into the grass, and then Oak's going to interrupt us, because we apparently don't know how to catch Pokemon yet. Following Oak to his lab inside, and... Okay, hurry up so I can walk up. Alright. Everybody in this game walks slower than me, and it makes me upset. Assuming your audio is also being picked up by the stream, or any audio is being picked up by the stream at this point, do you hear you? You don't hear you? Okay. So... if anybody happens to join the chat, they would not know that I am speaking to someone else. I'm not crazy most of the time. I'm not sure. I need to name my Charmander. What to name my Charmander? You know what? How about Jan? But spelled like Pokemon challenges, because he is the person who inspired me to start streaming and or recording Nuzlocks. So there's that. So hopefully Jan will be with us. We're about to find out if this run comes to an incredibly abrupt end. Were you able to reconnect, or no? Alright, well, let's see. So start off with a growl to make sure that his tackles do shit. I'm going to try and keep swearing to a minimum, but we'll see how that goes. I remember when I was testing this a couple of days ago, I ended up winning this fight with 1 HP. Oh. Critical hits. Crit hits, which Squirtle did crit me in this fight, which is funny because it ignores the growl that I gave it, but that also means it ignores the defense drop it gave me. So it kind of evens out. Generation 1 is really weird, and using the universal Pokemon randomizer, I was able to mitigate some of the Gen 1 shenanigans, but not all of them. Again, the changes that were made are listed in the description. I'm really hoping I don't get an encounter on the way up through here like this. So now I can't catch anything on Route 1 because I have to kill this Pidgey. Some people like to start their run after they get the Pokeballs, but for me that just seems like a cop-out. So Route 1 can be used for training, assuming I get anything worth training. Also, this is Pokemon Red specifically, so because it's not yellow, there are going to be version-exclusive Pokemon that I cannot get. Which is fine, but that means like I'll get Weedle instead of Caterpie, I think it is. So Weedle evolves at level 2, or 2 levels later than Caterpie does, which makes it a bit of a pain in the butt because it's super duper weak. But that's fine. I'm going to try and keep grinding to a minimum, which is one of the reasons why I instated the no over-leveling policy. Again, just like Pokemon Challenges does, I like his rule set a lot. It makes the game much more interesting, because frankly, when I play the game normally, I don't find it fun anymore, or at least not as fun. But then Nuzlocking was starting to become samey, I guess. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't as interesting as it used to be. I used to do Pokemon stuff all the time, but I never recorded it, and it was always for fun. But in this case, I decided, you know what, why not? So this is going to be my first recorded Nuzlocke. The last time I did a Nuzlocke in Pokemon was Generation 4? And up until that point, I had only failed one Nuzlocke, and that was my very first Generation 1 Nuzlocke, because I was new and didn't know what was going on, stuff like that. But in this case, I've got a little more experience under me. I know the pros and cons. The layout defaults to showing me my own stream, so yes. And it's got analytics showing that someone else joined and started watching, if only for a brief moment. Well, I mean, it shows 2 as well. I don't know if it counts me, though. So... were you able to reconnect to chat? Sad face. Maybe if you refresh the page? Well, double sad face. Oh well. Worst case scenario, I talk to the void. Then again, you're also here, so I don't need you to actually chat, but... Anyway, so, fighting in Pokemon battles, I've been fighting a couple of Pidgeys here and there. By the way, is the game audio coming through or no? Is the game audio coming through for you? No? Well, it either is or it isn't, so... If it is not, let's see. Options... How about... There's no game audio? Okay. So I've just been scratching my way through a couple of Pidgeys, running around, delivered Oak's parcel. Gonna go heal real quick because I did take damage, and because we delivered Oak's parcel, I can now go pick up Pokeballs, which I will be grabbing a few. I tend to like to grab Pokeballs only. I'm not a huge fan of Ultra Balls and Great Balls from later editions. I just like the classic look of the traditional Pokeball. In this, it doesn't matter as much, but it's always good to pick them up. I'm also picking up a couple of antidotes, a couple of paralyze heals, and then I'm going to go pick up the tree heal. I think it's an antidote, maybe it's a potion. It's a potion. So I believe I now have 3 potions, which is a very good safety net between battles, because again, I'm doing no items in battle. So I won't be able to do that. Now let's see what he's going to catch for us in the tutorial today. Because I did randomize this just for shenanigans to see what we would see. So this should be fun. In my test run it was a Chansey. Oh, it's just a Nidoran. Alright, fair enough. Frankly, I feel like they should consolidate the Nidoran line into one, with branching evolution based on whether it's male or female, instead of how they currently do it, where it's 2 separate lines. Frankly, they should have done that starting... What's up? The game audio is not, but my voice is. Alright, well, that's fine, I guess. Alright, first random encounter in the area before the rival battle is a Rattata. Thanks for stopping by, and you're gonna be leaving now. Alrighty then, so scratch the Rattata. Rattata does 5 to me. I have 23 health max. I'm gonna try a Pokeball, see if that catches it. If it does, then I don't have to worry about it. It did not, so I'm going to see if we can weakening it a little more. It dies to crit, though. I hope it doesn't. It didn't die. I'm down to 8, so I basically have this 1 chance to catch it. Because if it... I'm dead to crit. 1, 2... Caught. Alright, cool. So... yeah, let's... what am I going to name this Rattata? Or Rattata, as a couple of YouTubers I know. Well, I don't know them, but I watch them. Let's see, what to name you. You know what? Jerry. So we have Jerry the Rattata, and we have Jan the Charmander. I'm definitely going to go heal since both of them are very low on health. I'm going to go and grab me another Pokemon on Route 2, which not too many people know or pay attention, but Route 2 starts before Viridian Forest and then goes after Viridian. It continues after Viridian Forest. So the grass before it also counts as the grass after it, because they are both Route 2. So let's see what our encounter is here. Our encounter is a Rattata. So I'm playing with Dupe's Claws because I've already caught Rattata. I don't need to catch this one. So the next Pokemon that I find that isn't a Rattata is the one that I catch. So hopefully it's something interesting. A Pidgey. Pidgey's fine. Pidgey is a good Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch that. I think I could scratch it one more time and be fine. It does 3 damage to me. I scratch it. It is now below half health. So let's go ahead. It does another 3 to me, so I'm at 17. I'm going to go ahead and toss a Pokeball at it. 1, 2, and 3. Got it. So now I've got Pidgey. Give a nickname to Pidgey? Sure, we're gonna call you... what are we gonna call you? Alex, why not? I don't have a theme for how I'm naming these guys, I just am. So, in just about every version, I'm heading back to heal also, that way Alex is not low on health. I'm probably going to go ahead and train these guys up a little bit. Maybe get them to level 5 before I go into the Viridian Forest. And because I haven't caught a Weedle outside of the forest, which I did in my practice run, that means if I find a Weedle, which are super common, I'll do that. But almost every Generation 1, or I should say every Kanto game I have Nuzlocked, I have gotten extremely lucky in having found a Pikachu first try in the Viridian Forest, which I am going to swap Jerry to the front. Actually, you know what? No, because I might be doing. I'm definitely going to put Jan up front, because if I don't, I'm probably going to regret it, because I'm not grinding yet. I'm going to grind, just not at the moment. One of the issues, let's go ahead and grab this antidote. One of the issues with early game, especially having Pokemon with normal moves, is oh, hey, forgot about this Pokeball. Let's do that. Prevents, or makes it so I don't have to worry about it. I usually have found a Pikachu up here. Generation 1 doesn't have a lot of really good early game moves. Due to the move update, my Pidgey's Gust is actually... Oh, goody, a Kakuna. Well, you know what? Kakuna's not bad. It doesn't know Poison Sting. It only knows Harden. But thanks to the badge boost glitch, that is a Gen 1 exclusive glitch, I'm actually okay with that, because once it does start learning new techniques, if I keep Harden, not only will it get more defensive, but after I start getting things like, after I get Brock's badge increases attack, so every time I use Harden, its attack will also increase, and I believe Poison, ooh, that was... close. Let's go ahead and check a Pokeball at that. 1, 2, it broke out. Not much I can really do for it now except try and chuck another Pokeball out. 1, 2, broke out. Come on, catch the Kakuna. I need to catch it. I've only got 6 balls left. 1, 2. Oh, come on. You're literally as low as I can get you. 1, 2. No, catch it, please. I have 4 left. 1, 2. I know this means that there's a certain percentage, 1, 2, that it will catch, but it's super duper low. Got it. All right, good. I'm kind of upset that it took me that many Pokeballs, but I'll definitely have room for it. What are we going to name you? Stubborn. That's what I'll name you. You know what? Steven. And I'll use my friend Steven's spelling S-T-E-V-E-N, because I know he hates it when he comes across people who call themselves Steven and use PH. No offense to you people who use PH in your name Steven, but it's weird. And phonically inaccurate, because PH makes an F sound, which is also really dumb in English, because English is a really dumb language if you didn't know. I'm going back to heal, and now I have a Kakuna that I have to switch train for, because it's level 6, 4 levels. Which, to be fair, getting it at level 6 means that I caught it at a level that is lower than what it could normally occur at, because Weedle doesn't evolve into Kakuna until 7th level. But you know, we're gonna see where this takes us. So, grinding in the grass, we have a Pidgey here, which, since Steven is bug, is bad because the updated moves changed Gust to a flying move, which it is in later generations. The updated moves list, as I believe I put in the description, does update the typing, but will not add new types. So, moves won't become Dark or Fairy, because neither of those existed in this. Also updated type effectiveness, which means that ghost moves will be super effective against psychic types, which, believe it or not, in Generation 1, psychic types are actually immune to ghosts. And, yeah, that was an interesting bug? Feature? I don't know. Whoops, let's not attack this Rattata. Go, Yawn! Tail Whip is fine. Scratch does a good amount. How much does that? I'm dead to crit. Let's leave. So, when looking at attacks and damage, whatever you take on your initial hit is generally a good indication of their average damage. It can be plus or minus 15%. Generally, you always want to assume it can be greater by 15%, just to be on the safe side, and crit is always times 2, so, you know, you want to make sure. So when I say that I'm dead to crit, that's me taking into account the amount of damage that I have currently taken, how much health I have left, and how much a crit would do. And taking that into consideration, I learned from probably the best Nuzlocker in the world, Pokemon Challenges. He's a really good Nuzlocker. I really like his content. He does post to YouTube, but his best stuff is on Twitch, which is cool. And he is the one... just beat a Pidgey going into a fight against another Pidgey. He's the one who... He's one of the people that inspired me to record and do this, as I believe I said earlier in the stream, but it's been a while since I've done a Nuzlocke, maybe a couple of years, and watching his content, I was like, yeah, let's do it. So here I am. I was streaming a Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke in preparation for a Nuzlocke run that I had planned to do with a friend, but he's like, no, don't run Yellow. I want to run Yellow, and you run something else. And I'm like, all right, well, why not? I'll just run Pokemon Red. Back at the Pokemon Center to heal. When switch training Pokemon, it's definitely a good idea to heal frequently, because you never know when a crit or Pokemon battle will be the end. A Nuzlocke means that if it faints, I've got to release it. So, and here we have a Rattata. Early game, I really hate having to do this kind of thing, because it messes up your EV spread, but you take what you can get. So, in this case, I've got Yawn, my Charmander, swapped in for my Kakuna, so Yawn can beat this, and this will divide the experience between the two of them, but that's fine. Yawn just grew to level 8, which is great. I believe Yawn learns Ember next level, which is super good. It'll make these fights go much faster since it's a stab move. Stab means, frankly, I don't know why you're watching this if you don't know Pokemon that well, but considering some people might not, stab is same type attack bonus, which means that because he is a fire type and Ember is a fire type attack, he will do additional damage. I believe it's a 50% increase in damage. I could be wrong on that, but we've got that, which is great. So going back to heal again, you're going to be, if you're not watching, you're definitely going to be hearing me say that a lot, just because, good lord, switch training. I really would have rathered a Weedle than a Kakuna, because at least a Weedle would have had that, but Weedle wouldn't have learned Harden, which I found out in my practice run when it evolves to Kakuna, for some reason, even though I think Caterpie evolving learns Harden when it becomes a Metapod. I don't know what that's about. I think it's kind of weird and dumb, but hey, I wasn't the one who programmed this, so there's that. Oh no, Yon's defense fell, but that's fine. He can take out this Rattata, and it looks like 2 hits? 2-ish hits, at the very least. Alright, 2 hits. So this is probably the most boring part of a Nuzlocke, is grinding your Pokemon up, but it is a necessary evil, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that, just because I don't really have a choice otherwise. So, once Yon gets to level 10-ish, I'm probably going to stop using him temporarily, so that he doesn't go over Brock's levels, which I believe his strongest is a level 11, 12, or 14 Onyx. I can't remember off the top of my head. This Pidgey is taking a lot of scratches. It doesn't do super much damage to me, but... and unnecessary crit to finish off the fight. But I am getting low, so I'm going to go heal again. I might stop switch training temporarily so I can get the other 2 up at least strong enough to take hits from the Pokemon in the wild grass. The upside to me having caught a Pidgey and Rattata is the Pidgey and Rattata don't have moves that are... It's easier to grind them because the Pokemon around here aren't super effective against them and aren't resistant to their attacks, which if I had caught a Weedle and or a Nidoran, the issue with them is Nidoran, Weedle knows Poison Sting, which, don't get me wrong, is a good move, but unfortunately, that means that... and let's swap Alex out for Jerry, because Alex almost died there. Next Pokemon I'm fighting is a Rattata, versus Jerry, my Rattata. It is 1 level lower than he is, so this should be a relatively easy fight. It failed a Tail Whip. So if I had gotten a Weedle, it's weak to Pidgey because of the move update. Pidgey's Gust is flying type, so it would be super effective. Level 2 Pidgey, speaking of Pidgey. And so that makes training in the Route 1 grass slightly inefficient, because I wouldn't be able to train Weedle against Pidgeys, because Pidgey would be able to knock it out. And again, this is a Nuzlocke, so that means that if Weedle were to faint, Weedle would be released. Meanwhile, the other grass has fighting and poison types, which the fighting types are fine. It also has normal types, which is, again, oh, dead to crit. Let's swap out. So fighting types are fine and the normal types are fine, but one of the normal types is Spearow and or Pidgey, so that means that there's a chance of those, and Spearow knows Peck, I believe, which is super effective. And the Nidorans know neutral moves, Tackle, or maybe it was Scratch, I forget. Doesn't matter. Point is it knows a normal move versus Weedle, which only knows a poison move, and poison resists poison, so I'd be doing not very effective damage and would not have a chance to poison it, versus my opponent, which is doing neutral damage, or in the case of a Pidgey, super effective damage. So having caught a Pidgey and a Rattata in the way that I did means that it would be relatively better for grinding. Unfortunately, because I didn't get a Weedle, or a Mankey, or a Nidoran, I think Mankey is in red. I could be wrong. Someone's probably going to correct me in the comments, but it's fine. So it's better that I caught these for that. Unfortunately, because I don't have a poison move, I can't take advantage of poison versus Brock. Although from what I heard, Brock does have a bunch of full heals or full restores. I forget which one it was. So actually damaging him with poison would take forever, but it's still potentially easier because I could have used Harden a whole bunch. And I think his Onix knows Screech, which makes it to where he can lower my defense by multiple stages. But even then, it's fine because that's a turn he's not hitting me. Oh lordy, let's swap out of Alex. You know, Alex, I think you have a pretty bad defense and or special defense, so I'm definitely going to have to check that at some point. I haven't checked the stats on any of these Pokemon because, frankly, stats aren't super... I mean, they're important, don't get me wrong, but, like, early game, they're not super important. Oh, hey, look, a Kakuna has high defense. Who'd have thought? Actually has well-rounded stats other than that. Jerry has good speed, of course. What does Jan have? Jan's actually really good. Oh, well, he is a higher level than the rest of them. Has really good speed, though. And that's the important part. Let's go back and heal. I do want to get Jerry and Alex to at least level 5, and then they should be able to switch train. They should be able to switch train Steven, just because he's weak right now. He doesn't have an attacking move. I'd have to waste all of his Hardens just so he could attack on his own, and even then, there's no guarantee that he would survive because the move after that is Struggle, which, interesting note, in Generation 1, Struggle is considered a normal move, which means that even if you struggle, even if you get down to your last move and use it against a ghost type, so now all you have is Struggle, Struggle doesn't work on ghosts, so you could legitimately do nothing against a ghost type if you run out of moves. It's one of the quirks, but with that said, then there's the move Bide, which you get from... Ooh, hey, Alex learned Sand Attack. That is very, very good. Brock gives you Bide, which for some reason does affect ghost types, even though it's a normal move. Speaking of, in Generation 1, Brock's super duper easy peasy lemon squeezy for the sole fact that that's dead to crit. Swap, please? Goodness, who knew a level 4 Rattata would be giving me so much trouble? His Pokemon don't know any stab moves as far as I remember. let's see, Tackle, Bide, Defense Curl, and Screech, I think, are his variety and move pool. The only challenge that comes from him is his typing is difficult to deal with. The thing is his typing also has, I forgot to swap. Oh dear. His typing also includes low special defense stuff. So if Yon learns Ember, he will be potentially better against Geodude and Onix than the rest of my team, despite the rest of my team basically being neutral to him. And even though he resists Ember, it doesn't really matter because his special defense is so low, it should be fine. And then if I burn him, he'll waste a turn healing his Pokemon. And I don't know if he has a potion. He might, I'm not sure. But even if he did, like, that's just one more thing. One quirk, though, is that you can't outlast a gym leader by having more power points than them, because in Generation 1, they don't, opposing NPCs don't have power points. That is to say, they don't use power points. They have infinite power points for the purposes of determining whether they can use an attack. And some trainers have random AI or Pokemon, because again, random encounters, which I've just been grinding against Pidgey and Rattata, so nothing super exciting, which is why I've been explaining all of this, because it's the perfect time to do so while grinding. So I've lost my train of thought. Oh well, it's fine. This Pidgey's doing a lot of damage, and I don't like that, and I just leveled up. Speaking of, I mentioned the badge boost glitch. The badge boost glitch is really useful, and it helps out a lot. But if you level up while it's active, you lose all of your badge boosts. I think except for the normal one you're supposed to have. So that means that if I am relying on badge boost at any point during the run, and I level up, I essentially lost all of the effort I had put into that. And Rattata, you got really low. Let's go heal you up, buddy. So I'm gonna try and see how this goes. Not sure. Would like feedback. See how things are going. Constructive criticism is always welcome. I'm sure if PC ever gets a hold of this series, he's gonna make fun of me the entire time, which I would definitely be looking forward to the episode he does that. Due to the fact that this is going to be a live stream, and I'm hoping I set it up to where it'll save the archive footage to just stay on my channel. This is going to be a series, and hopefully I'll be able to tag it with like a Pokemon Nuzlock Red run or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. And hopefully it'll be a series that I could just keep going, and we'll see the progress. This will be the first official thing I put on my channel since I created it many years ago. I had really just used it to watch YouTube, but in more recent times I've gotten, I guess you could say, inspired by people to start live streaming and recording, so here I am doing those things that I said. Jerry is now level 5, although he is getting a little low on health, so let's go ahead and swap him out for Alex, see if we can't get Alex a little more experience. Alex is currently level 6, which puts him on par with most of the rest of the team, going into a level 2 Pidgey. So I guess this is how my channel starts. I don't know all the logistics for this. I don't know if it's going to be feasible for me. I would love for this to be my full-time job. Absolutely would. But with the current climate, how things are nowadays, I just don't think it's feasible. But you know what? That's fine. It is what it is. If I get there, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's whatever. I mean, I have another job, or a job, I guess you could say. So there's that. So it's not like I need to rely on this for money, although it would be wonderful if I could make this my full-time job. Isn't that the dream of all YouTubers, is to just do YouTube and not have to worry about anything? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who do this, and I thoroughly enjoy watching games. So I figured, why not put more game channels to watch? Why not? I know it's nothing new, and the market is super oversaturated with gaming channels and Nuzlocks and stuff like that, but hey, why not? So, Alex is starting to get a little low on health, but that's fine. Steven to the front of the party, and I'll swap a bit. And then after this, I should be able to use Rattata and Pidgey to swap train Kakuna. Oh, right. Swap train. Go Yan, who is currently level 8 versus this incredibly powerful level 2 Pidgey. For those of who are listening and not watching, that was sarcasm. Unless this Pidgey gets a crit, it did not. So yeah, no. Goodbye, Pidgey. Thank you for the experience. Literally. Next up, we have another Pidgey. For some reason, I just, for whatever reason, whenever I have to train a Weedle or Caterpie, I always seem to find flying types more often. And don't get me wrong, I like flying types. I just don't want to see them when I'm training a Pokemon that dies basically in one hit to a flying type. Also, Jan, you're starting to get a little low on health, and because Steven is currently useless, although will become much more useful soon, I'm going to go ahead and heal up. And now that the other two are strong enough, I'm probably going to use them to swap train as well. So we'll see how that goes. Uh-oh, did my stream die? I think my stream died. Am I back? Did it work? It says I have an excellent connection. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Ooh, I almost made a mistake on that one. Go, Jerry! So it looks to be about a 3 to 5 second delay between... Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. I made a mistake. If that didn't kill Pidgey, Jerry would have died, and I would have been super sad. I've got to remember that plus or minus 15% thing, because if that was a high roll and then I got a low roll, that probably wouldn't have killed it. Let's go Alex. It's funny that I sent out Jerry the mouse against a Pidgey, and now I'm sending Alex the Pidgey out against Rattata the mouse. That was kind of funny how that worked out. Oh well. I'm not going to be able to do that very much. Let's see. Another Rattata. Steven, swap out for Yawn. I just need to get Steven 4 levels, which normally wouldn't be that bad, but he still hasn't gained 1 despite how much I've actually swap trained him. Then again, the experience is divided. So, oh, hey, Steven, speaking of leveling up, Steven just leveled up, and so did Yawn. Nice! And Yawn learned Ember right when I thought he would. Perfect timing. Level 4 Pidgey. Steven definitely can't take that. So, swap into Yawn. And this is definitely a good opportunity for me to swap my moves around. So swap Growl for Ember, swap Scratch for Ember, and then Ember. So Ember is now my primary attack. So, again, trying to keep them from over-leveling. I don't remember what level Brock's stuff is. I'll probably research it when I'm done with the stream. But, I don't know. I'll try and keep these for a little while. Maybe daily? We'll see. Maybe once a week? I don't know. We'll see. I'll stream when I have time. Which, admittedly, is a lot of time, but we'll see. Yawn's getting a little low, so let's go ahead and heal everybody up, because again, Steven is currently useless, but don't worry, buddy. You'll get there. Once you evolve, you'll learn an attacking move, hopefully. I hope. Please. Literally anything would be great. Just an attacking move. Hopefully one with good accuracy, because I believe Poison Sting is 100% accurate, and I would have loved to have even that as an attacking move, even though its base power is garbage. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So let's, whoops, swap train. Go, Jerry! Uh-oh, that's a tail whip. If it tail whips me again, I'm probably going to swap out. Oh, crit. Alright, fair enough. And that did, what, 6? Oh. Goodness, that doesn't do a lot at all. Having 3 Pokemon to swap train with is a lot better. A level 2 Pidgey? Oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Oh yeah, I'm going to send out Jerry and have Jerry kick its butt. I'm going to try and keep the swearing to a minimum. I can't guarantee anything. I tend to get heated quickly when it comes to certain things. I do like... I get attached. It's gonna happen. So, if I happen to lose anybody, I'm gonna be sad. And this is actually the first Kanto gen that I didn't catch a Pikachu in Viridian Forest, so this is gonna be interesting. Oh goodness, I wish Steven didn't... seriously, not having an attacking move makes training him so much harder. And then Alex versus this Pidgey. That way I can get... Alex grew to level 8. Woo! That way I can get Alex a little more experience. Alright, next fight. Versus a Rattata. Let's see. Tail whip, that's fine. Question mark, question mark. Smiley face. Kudos if anybody knows what that's from. At least where I got it. I got it. So I watch a whole bunch of different gaming YouTube channels, Twitch channels, etc. And one of my favorites is a YouTuber / Twitch streamer known as Carl Sagan 42, who is a prolific Mario streamer. does all sorts of stuff. ROM hacks, Mario Maker 2. Recently, I believe, has been doing Mario 35, which is the 35th anniversary, where you could challenge a bunch of people and whatnot. It's a really fun mode. I haven't played it myself, mostly because I'm generally garbage at that kind of thing, but you know what? It's fine. It's fun to watch other people do. And some people are like, oh, why would you, what's fun in watching other people play a video game? And my usual retort to that is, what's the fun in watching someone play a sport? Because it's, I mean, it's essentially the same concept. Like, oh, you like watching football? Why don't you just go play it if you like it so much? And the same concept applies here. I like Pokemon. I like watching people play Pokemon. It's entertaining to watch other people do things that you enjoy. At least to me. I like D&D. For some reason... So I used to watch... I used to watch Critical Role, and I used to enjoy it. I don't know, I just kind of stopped enjoying it for some reason. I mean, I kind of like it, but it's just not something, oh, hey, that was a lucky burn, which means he'll do less, and dies at the end of his turn. Boom. Kind of wish he'd used a tail whip so I didn't take any damage, but you know what, it's fine. I do like the layout that this particular thing has, where it's got the border around this... Oh, I did not mean to... I was not paying attention. I like the border that it puts around the game. I just wish it had some more interesting Pokemon than Pidgey, Clefairy, Kangaskhan, and Rhydon. I mean, I guess Kangaskhan and Rhydon are kind of interesting, and Clefairy's rather rare in this, so... Ooh, I'm not dead to crit, but that is getting close. I'm gonna go heal. God, Steven, how much experience do you have left before you evolve? 52. Alright. So that's, what, 4, 5? It's between 4 and 6 Pokemon before he levels up. And then I still have, what is that, 2 more levels after that? Because I think he's level 7. But you know what, it's fine. So, I mean, to anybody who's watching right now, thank you for stopping by. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be doing this, but for today at the very least. But you know what, this is something I've always wanted to try, so here we go, you know? Just doing this. I wish I had other people that I could chat with in voice chat, so it's not just me talking the entire time, but, you know. Oh, hey, Jerry grew to level 6. Woo! Hopefully this is entertaining to some people. That's really why I'm doing it, to entertain myself and others. I had planned on... Whoops, nope. Pokemon, please. Thank you. I had planned on doing this because I know one thing is when I'm at my work, I like to listen to things in the background, and I'll listen to podcasts and stuff like that. Like Mahler, if you guys haven't watched him, he has this incredible series, his Unbridled series. I like his Unbridled Rages the most, although I'm sure other people can relate to that kind of thing. But I love Pokemon, so I like listening to that. And the only person who really talks about the game as they do it are people like Zwigo, and that's a mistake. I'm swapping out. Okay. Zwigo, another really good one. He does Pokemon challenges. J-Rose, J-Rose 11 specifically, he does really fun Pokemon runs, challenges and stuff. I like let's see, who was it? It was Madrybread. He does Pokemon challenges every once in a while, and I like listening to those, but for his other mainstay series, like his runs, no, go to Pokemon, please. I like his Pokemon runs, like his Pokemon Stadium, which I believe just wrapped up, and his Pokemon X series, which I believe is his first run through X. I don't think he's actually run through it before, which is drawing to a close. It is getting pretty close to the end. Good lord, this Rattata hits hard. He does good stuff, but when he's doing the not Pokemon Challenge series, when he's hanging out with What a Geek and I think it's What a Geek and Brandon, he doesn't really talk about the game. They just kind of chat with each other, which is fine, but like when I'm doing work, I can't watch them, so I can't see the gameplay and listen to what they're talking about. I can only listen to what they're talking about, which normally listening to what they're talking about is interesting and fun, and that's fine. But, like, when I want to hear Pokemon stuff, anyway, so I'm doing this mostly to try and hopefully fill a gap that I want. Like, right now, because it's just boring grinding, you wouldn't notice. But once I get into the nitty-gritty, like when I go fight Rival 2, well, I guess it's 1B, because the first Rival fight, second Rival fight is optional, so I guess Rival 1B in a few minutes. I want to get Steven to evolve first. When I go to fight him, I'll be going play by play what each of us is doing. That way, if you're listening to this and not watching it, you'll have, I guess, a better understanding of what's going on. Because right now I'm just grinding on Route 1. It's not, oh, hey, Steven grew to level 8. Fantastic. Oh, God, how much experience do you need to grow to level 9, please? Please don't be a lot. 208? I can't wait for you to get your own attacking move. Alright, so hopefully this will be able to fill a gap. That way, if you guys want this on in the background, or while you're doing work or whatever, I guess it would be on the background then anyway, but you know what I mean. You'll be able to get an idea of what's going on in the Pokemon thing. I'll try and keep grinding to a minimum. Again, I'm doing a no over-level thing, so once I figure out what Brock's Pokemon are at, I'll be able to better calculate what I need to grind to in order for it to be a relatively even challenge. But during the important fights, like against rivals or specific, that's dangerous. Go yawn. During important fights like that, I'll be going play-by-play, but during the grinding session, I don't know, I'll probably just chat, maybe talk about things that are happening. I don't know. Right now, since this is the introduction to the series, I can go over the rules and stuff, things that have changed based on the settings that I changed for the game and whatnot, the way the Nuzlock run works, stuff like that. God, why do Rattata always hit so hard? Then again, they're not the terror that a freaking Spearow is. Spearow is a devastatingly strong Pokemon early game. It crits often because it's fast. It has a halfway decent attack with Peck. Like, Spearow are terrifying early game. I never mess with a Spearow. Rattatas and Pidgeys, though? Meh. Well, Pidgey and Pidgeotto at level 5 and up are kind of scary because they have Sand Attack, and Sand Attack is the worst. One of the... Actually, that brings me to a thing. Wait, what? How did you miss? Doesn't... Oh, I just got a Gen 1 I just got the Gen 1 miss. In Generation 1, the moves are calculated based on a system of accuracy from, I think it's 0 to 256. But due to a programming error, if the value is less than 256, it hits. But if it is equal to or greater than 256, it misses. I don't know if greater than is possible, but basically if the chance of a move is 256, or gets a 256 on the chance to hit, it will miss, because the way it was programmed is not less than or equal to, it was just programmed as less than. Well, 256 is not less than 256, so it'll miss. 1 in 256. Every move has a 1 in 256 chance to miss. And you'll notice that some of the moves that the opposing Pokemon use say, but it failed, and stuff like that. That's a Gen 1 thing. I don't know if it's in Gen 2, but NPC Pokemon have a 25% chance to miss. I don't know if it's any given attack or specifically status moves, but the point is that they have a chance to miss. A 25% chance. And that doesn't include the normal accuracy of the move. As an example, if a move is 85% accurate, or we'll take Supersonic, it's 55% accurate. If the Pokemon uses Supersonic, and it's you have a 55% chance to get the Supersonic to do it. However, if an opponent uses it, they have the 55% chance, they have the 45% chance to miss, and the 25% chance to miss, because it's a status move. I know that it's status moves. I don't know if it applies to other attacks, but yeah. Players, on the other hand, do not have that issue, so you don't have to worry about. Whoops, you don't have to worry about the attack having a 25% chance to miss when you're the one using it. Oh, goodness. Again, sorry if this isn't what everybody wanted to see, but it's what I'm doing. Trying to... I guess I said it earlier, trying to fill a gap. But yeah, Pokemon's fun. I really like Pokemon. So I've been playing it since it came out in America many years ago. I'm not a fan of the new generation, though. I'm just not. I don't... Sword and Shield seems like some of the laziest garbage in the world. Like, the plot may be good and the graphics might be fine, but the excuses they made for why things aren't the way, why things are missing and whatnot. Dynamax is a vapid, uninteresting mechanic that's basically like, ho-ho, I gave my Pokemon a Mario mushroom, whatever. It's... Also, I feel like they half-assed it with the national decks. I wish they had either taken it out completely, except for maybe Pikachu because that's the flagship Pokemon, or stuck with it, because, I mean, really though, there was no reason to do what they did. Because they basically just ported all the models over from the previous generation. There was no reason for them to do that. And I'm sure I'll get someone in the comment section going, well, actually, I don't care. It doesn't matter. the newest generation does not interest me in the slightest. Like, some of the Pokemon are cool, I guess, but the mechanics, the region, it's whatever. The starters, I find all of them except for, I think it's Grookey is its name, the grass starter, to be meh. Like, we already have bunny Pokemon, and we already have, like, it... I don't even know what... I think its name is Sawaddle, or Inteleon, whatever that one is. Like, their design is okay, I guess, but it's, like, whatever. I know I'm not articulating this very well. It's really dumb, but I don't know. I'm just not a very articulate person sometimes. It's just how I am. Oh, right. Jan hit level 10, so I need to... stop using him until everybody else catches up. Which, luckily, everybody's starting to catch up a little bit. I think Pidgey's level 8 or 9? Yeah. Go ahead and heal everybody. You may be wondering why I'm not using my potions and whatnot. I'm saving my potions for more specialized occasions when emergencies, really. And the antidotes and whatnot, I can't use them in battle, but people who have only played the newer generations of Pokemon might not know this, but in older generations, poison had an effect outside of battle where you would take damage every 4 steps you take, which could lead to absolute annihilation outside of battle. Especially for Nuzlocke, it's super devastating. So it needed extra thought, which is why I stocked up on antidotes and grabbed that extra one from the tree in Viridian Forest. Alex putting in work today. So, 3 damage. That means on a crit it would do 6. Like that. So, if I were at 7 health, I'd be fine. But 6 or less, I would need to be careful. And Alex just grew to level 9. Awesome. I'm actually going to go heal now and swap Jerry to the front of the party. And the reason I'm going to do that is so I could train Jerry up a little bit, because Jerry keeps taking way too much damage every time he comes in. Meanwhile, Jan's sitting pretty at a cool level 10, which is fine. That just means that I can use him in an emergency, and he'll probably one-shot sweep almost every trainer in the Viridian Forest. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Another wild Pidgey. Alright. So, send out Steven. Oh, right. I forgot to swap Jerry to the front. Alright. Go, Alex. So, Pidgey only has Gust, which is really good. Gust is a great default attack. And yeah, it's weak, but it's 100% accurate, which, believe it or not, Tackle is not. And I don't think it might be in newer generations 100% accurate, but it very much was not here. I think it was 95% accurate in Generation 1, which is fine. It's still really accurate, but that means that you'll be missing a lot over the course of the thing. And that's one thing that I thought was funny is Quick Attack was essentially Tackle with priority, except it had 100% accuracy. So any Pokemon that had both Tackle and Quick Attack had no reason to keep Tackle at all. But Quick Attack, because it's a priority move and 100% accurate, had no reason to not keep Quick Attack. especially considering most Pokemon that learned it could use it to finish off the Pokemon that they were... Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Jerry just learned Quick Attack, which is fantastic, which means Jerry now has a priority move that is either 5 points greater than or is equal to Tackle in damage. I remember they were basically the same. So that did about half. Oof, Gust does 3, but that's fine. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna go heal. Do I want to heal? No, I'll just swap Steven back to the front of the party. Swap train him. Pidgeys, Pidgeys, Pidgeys. So I alluded to EV spreads. EV is effort value. That is to say, when you fight a Pokemon, it gives you a certain amount of effort values towards a particular stat. In Generation 1, there's Attack, Defense, Speed, and Special. In later generations, I think it's Generation 2, Special counted for Special Attack and Special Defense, which were 2 separate stats starting in Gen 2. But I believe Generation 3 and on, Special Attack and Special Defense were divided entirely. So, oh dear. I'm really glad that Rattata doesn't have Quick Attack, or I'd be... Steven's level 9. Alright. I just have 1 more level to go, and then Steven should be able to take care of himself. Which is a good thing. That's a good thing. That thing is a good thing. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and heal up. I should definitely save, because you never know what's going to happen. Save frequently. Alright. After I get him to level 10, I'll get the other 2 to level 10, and then I'll go take on my rival, who I believe will have level 9 Pokemon, which, it's fine. Because I'm preventing myself from over-leveling the gym leaders, so it doesn't matter if I over-level for the rival fight, as long as it's not above the gym leader. At least that's the way I'm going to do it. You know what? If you guys have a different set of Nuzlock rules, which again, I believe I put all the Nuzlock rules in the description of this particular thing. If you guys happen to have... different Nuzlock rules, let me know what rules you guys use. When I'm done with this run, maybe I'll do a run with one of y'all's listed set of Nuzlock rules. Maybe I'll do a different kind of lock. You never know. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Whoops. There we go, and boop. Getting Jerry experience, Steven, a little bit for Alex. Meanwhile, Jan is going to sit in the back of the party, chilling like a boss. I like Blastoise the best out of the 3 starters, but the reason I chose Charmander is because the variety of fire types in this game is super limited. Let's see, we have the Ponyta line, Vulpix, Growlithe, Magmar, and I want to say that's it. Like, I think that's it when it comes to the fire types in this game. Moltres, but I'm not counting legendaries, because it's not feasible to try and catch a Moltres at any point during this run. Probably because unless I'm still... Oh, by the way, another thing not everybody does, but I'm not going to be using repels at any point because I could just, put my strongest Pokemon at the party, throw up a repel, and just waltz right up to Moltres and guarantee that as my encounter. So unless I am super duper lucky, and I'm sure someone could calculate exactly what the odds of me getting Moltres, Articuno, or Zapdos as the first encounter in whatever zones there happen to be in. Zapdos in the power plant, Articuno in, I think they're called the Seafoam Islands. It's been so... I never take that route, so I don't remember. Although it is a nice place to go pick up a Pokemon right before you go fight the next gym. I generally just fly to Pallet and swim down. And then I believe Moltres is in Victory Road. I think. Someone could probably calculate the odds of getting 0 encounters all the way through the different routes. Somehow I don't think it's feasible. Like, I would have to have the most ungodly luck in all of existence in order for me to get that. But you know what? It's fine. If it happens, that would be, as they say in Twitch, Pog, but there's no way. There's just no way. Alex is starting to get a little low. I'm concerned. We'll see how much this Rattata does, and if it does... That dealt 6. I'm not going to take the chance. I'm going to go heal. Mewtwo is definitely not going to be on the list. Like, I'll go and fight him, but because he won't... Again, someone can calculate the odds of me not getting... Or me getting Mewtwo as my first encounter in... I forget what the name of that cave is. But it does have a name, I just don't remember what it is. But the chances of getting a Mewtwo as your first encounter in that cave are astronomical. Considering all the different paths and whatnot. There's just no way. No, I'm gonna call it statistically impossible. But you know what? It's fine. So, there's that. Pokemon, so the way I determine encounters is by the route that I caught it on. So as an example, with Pokemon, like in I think it's Celadon City is the grass gym town. You have the game corner where you can go get Pokemon, or you could pick up the free Eevee. Which, Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon. I absolutely love it. In fact, I like Eevee better than Pikachu in as a starter, I should say. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we're good. I like Eevee better than Pikachu as a starter. Especially in the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu games. But in Generation 1... There really isn't, like, Eevee's alright. The Eeveelutions are pretty good. My favorite Eeveelution in Generation 1 is definitely Vaporeon, although I remember way back when I used to, when Pokemon first came out, like way back, Gen 1, Jolteon used to be my favorite. I remember that, because I used to love the electric-type Pokemon the most, but... As I grew older, I liked Vaporeon. When Generation 2 came out, Espeon was my favorite. Umbreon was cool, and I liked Umbreon, but just, like, I like the design of Espeon because I personally enjoy cats. You may have noticed from the thumbnail on this video. Which, unfortunately, if you came here for cat, I don't have a cat Pokemon yet, which, Meowth, I like Meowth. Persian I like much, much better, but, Meowth's a decent Pokemon, I guess. Ooh, crit hit. Nice job. Oh, goodness. I appreciate you guys if you're still around. Whoever is still there. Starting to run out of talking points because I don't know. I don't think I'm a very entertaining person personally, but I mean, hey, if you're enjoying it, great. It's literally what I'm here for. It's to bring entertainment to you guys. How much experience do you have left? 140, so that's about 10 to 12 fights. And I'm healing because I don't want to use Charmander right now. And Pidgey and Rattata are low on health, and those are the two I'm going to be swap training into. I'm almost there, though. I'm getting there. The only way for me to get Steven into struggle range would be for me to go into Viridian Forest, find another Kakuna, because there are no if I remember correctly, there should not be any Caterpie that aren't owned by trainers in the Viridian Forest right now, because this is red version. I would have to find another Kakuna and then waste all 40 of my hardens on it. So that's just I had planned on being here for a while, not that long. All right. That almost beat it. I remember there was a while, or maybe it's in later generations. I think Quick Attack was... It was either buffed or debuffed in comparison to Tackle, because while it has priority and has a 100% accuracy, I believe it either does now or did then the same amount or better than Tackle. And I know I'm back on the Tackle thing, I'm sorry, it's just... Generation 1 had a lot of really weird design choices. And I'm not even talking about the Pokemon appearances. But you know what? It's fine. Whoops, don't do that. There we go. Ooh, how much is this gonna do? 3, so that would be 6 on a crit. So I could take 2 crits and be fine. No, I could take 1 crit and be fine. But I am definitely dead to crit now, so I'm not going to use Jerry in this next fight. I'll use Alex. Come on, Steven. Hit level 10, evolve, and get a new move just so you can take care of yourself. I'm sure Alex and Jerry and Jan are getting sick of pulling your shit with them. Again, pardon me. I need to get better about not swearing. I don't know how long I had planned on... you know what? I didn't have a plan. I don't have a plan for how long these videos are going to go or any of that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'll probably still be doing the yellow run on Twitch if anybody is interested in that. I will say that yellow Pokemon is not going to be the primary thing that I stream on Twitch. If I or when I'm streaming on Twitch, they're getting a little low. Let's fix that. It's actually D&D, and I will say that those are mature. They have a lot of that they are super spicy. Like, children should not watch those at all. And even then, like, some adults probably won't find it as entertaining as they think they will. That being said, hey, it's D&D, so if you're interested in D&D and can get around the spiciness, it's why I'm doing it. I wanna stream. I want people to enjoy the stuff. That particular 3. That's fine. All right. Oh, it's level 2. Why was I worried? So D&D is a really fun game. There's a creator on YouTube called Zibashu. He created something. He created a format that I use called classless, although I have made some alterations to it, and each time I do it, I alter it a little bit to try and balance things. Right now, it is that. Ooh, that hurt. Don't do that again, please. Ow! Critical hit. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, they are currently in the middle of a classless campaign. It's a challenge that they wanted to do. Granted, they wanted to do it with classes. I thought it would be more interesting without classes, because classes hard cap at 20. You can't gain any more class levels after that. You can gain boons, but there's only so much you could do with boons. So I was like, hey, why don't you do classless? Because, oh, Alex just hit level 10, so I'm going to pause using Alex, which means I need to go heal Jerry. There are different rules. If you wanted to know the rule set, I'm sure you could find it on Zibashu's channel. It's very similar to his. They are currently level 30... I want to say 31 or 34. It's one of the two. But the challenge is to beat all of the modules and campaigns that have been officially released for D&D in release order, with a minor exception. I put the Essentials kit before any of the others in the timeline, and then there was one that was from something called, I think it's Rolled and Told, or something like that. I forget. But I put both of those there because they are more supplemental than anything else. But the main storyline that they're going through, Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat, they have just completed. They also completed Lost Mines of Phandelver. And they're doing pretty good. I think we're working on Elemental Evil right now. So that's going to be interesting, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. Ooh, that hurt. Do I stay in? Oh, that's risky biscuits. That didn't do. That didn't do half. Jan, get in there. I know I said I wasn't going to use Jan anymore, but I would have lost Jerry otherwise, because that did not do half. It may have gone yellow, but that doesn't mean it was half. And I was definitely dead if it got another turn, so the only way I wouldn't have died there is if I had gotten a critical hit. which was highly unlikely. Because I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to fix the crit hit rate, which in Generation 1 was dictated by speed. However, I changed it so that instead now it's how it is in later generations, which I believe is 1 in 16, I think. I don't know, it's been a while. I'm not super into the behind the scenes data mining stuff that comes with that, and I'm gonna waste another quick attack here because he tail whipped me and I don't feel like taking extra damage. Jerry grew to level 8. Whoa! Speaking of, Steven! 18. Alright, so that's 1, maybe 2 more fights. Alright. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Pokemon Jerry. At level 4, I'm starting to feel a little more confident with Jerry. Never mind, that was a crit. And I crit him right back. Fantastic. 12? Alright. I just need to beat literally anything else. And then finally, Steven will evolve and hopefully get a move that can actually do something. Oh, nope. That's right there. Alright, cool. So I have 14 health left. Does a tackle. Does 5. I'm dead to crit. There we go. Grew to level 10. Steven is evolving. Woo! Thank God. Switch train Pokemon are so annoying. Oh, that reminds me. So the Magikarp, I probably won't. No, because I can. Let's see. Did you learn a move? Please tell me you learned a move. You didn't. You didn't learn. Oh. Why? 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 Oh no, that's so bad. Oh no, that means I have to keep switch training you. Oh Lord. Kakuna is turning into one of the worst encounters. At least if it was a Weedle, it would have had quick or a poison sting. Shoot, I am lamenting my loss on that one. Let's go ahead and save again. Alright. Well, you are level 10, so I'm going to swap you out a little bit. I'm going to train Jerry up to level 10, and then I'm going to go fight my rival. And I think I'm going to call it after that, just because I feel like that's a good opportunity to call it. Does quick attack one-shot? It did. And it wasn't a crit either, which is that's good. That means he's got decent damage on him. Granted, it was level 2, so let's see what this level 3 has to offer. Again, I'm not really talking about the fights because it's just grinding. Grinding is boring, uneventful, I mean, it's necessary, but I don't know. I don't really have anyone to chat with or anything, so it's not like I can... Oh, well. So... Alrighty then. So, according to one of my friends who was in voice chat with me much earlier in the stream, the game audio is not coming through. I'm not sure why. I thought I had put the settings for it up correctly, but I guess not, so I'll have to figure that out. Hopefully, Unfortunately, that means that when I'm not talking, there's going to be some dead space in the dead space. The first one was a pretty good game. There's going to be some dead space when I'm not talking, I don't like that in videos, but there's nothing I can really do about it right now. I thought I had turned on the volume settings and whatnot, but we'll see. Having swapped grass, I'm now encountering Nidoran, which even at level 2 gives me 17, which I think is 1 better than the level 2 Pokemon in the other grass. Actually, it's a level 2 Rattata. We're about to find out. Also, yeah, I was right. It was 1 better. They've come out and said that there is no official way to pronounce Pokemon names, so if anybody's like, actually, it's pronounced Rattata, I'm gonna be like, no, I just don't care. I've been calling it Rattata since Generation 1, so I will be calling these Pokemon however I want. I really like how some PokeTubers specifically call their names wrong just to annoy their audience, and who knows, I might do that at some point. I don't know, probably not. I need you guys. But on the upside, you don't have to worry about that right now, so hooray! Oh my goodness. Man, I've been live for over an hour and a half. That's pretty surprising. Alright. Hey, level 9. 1 more level, and we will heal up and take on our rival, which I might lead with Steven just so I could get him more, because trainers give significantly more experience than wild Pokemon do. So I'm probably going to switch train Steven on the trainers, like every trainer on the way to Brock's gym. And I'm definitely going to fight all of the trainers. Like, some people try and do minimum battles, and I'm like, nah, whatever it takes me to get to what I need in order for me to take on the gym leader. I'll fight me, bro. That was cringe. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway, so that's the game plan. I'm going to try and keep my Pokemon roundabouts level 11 until I find out whether Brock's Pokemon are level. Because I don't know why. I want to say they were level 14 in red and blue and green, but I could be wrong. Interesting trivia. Most people probably know nowadays, but the original 2 games were not red and blue. They were red and green in Japanese, and blue was supposed to be the 3rd game in the series, but when they adapted it for American and, well, I guess international release is what it was, they changed it to where it was red and blue, and then in Japan, they released a 4th game, Pokemon Yellow, which followed the anime, but in again, I guess the international release, they changed that as well, and that's a Spearow. Ooh, it's a level 5 Spearow. I don't like, I'll give it 1. Okay, that's fine. I win. But in the international release, yellow was the third game in the series. So everybody's like, oh, okay, so it's red, blue, and yellow. But in Japanese, it was green, red, blue, and yellow. So that was an interesting little tidbit. I think I still own my Japanese green cartridge somewhere, which was really nice. Although, that being said, from what I've heard, a lot of Generation 1 games are losing the ability to save files because the batteries inside of them that are supposed to hold the memory, I think it just powers the ability to save, are dying. So that's a thing. If you pop open the cart and swap the battery, you should be able to save the games again and let it hold the save. Which, for speedrunners and whatnot who constantly restart and start from scratch and play it all in one setting, should be fine, whether you replace it or not. But if you want to keep your memories alive like that, then that's a way you could do it. I'm pretty sure disassembling the cart is annoying, not as annoying as trying to put it back together, and is potentially damaging to the cart depending on how rough you get with it, but hey, there you go. I think Generation 2 might be going that way as well. I remember, I believe I had red and my brother had blue, which was funny because he always chose Charizard and I usually chose Blastoise, just because we liked those particular Pokemon better. So there's that. Kudos to the individual who's still hanging out in my chat, in my stream. I can't imagine this being super entertaining for you, but I appreciate your... It's not monetized, so not patronage, but I guess viewership. We'll go with viewership. That's fine. All right. We should be getting close to level 10. And with the level 3 Nidoran male, I should be getting there relatively quick. I will double check after this fight. Really? I was one experience off? Are you kidding me? Pokemon, am I right? Alright. Quick attack. Should live with a sliver of health. It did. There it is. Level 10, boys. Alright. So... quick check on everybody. 17, 13, 21. That's good. You need an attacking move, my dude. Harden is not an attacking move. Pidgey doing all right over there, sitting at relatively mediocre. Jan, you got good speed. Which, considering you're the best Nuzlocker in the world, I'm not surprised. But you know what? It's fine. Alrighty, let's go ahead and heal up. I'm gonna put Steven at the front of the party so he can get some experience. My rival is gonna have, I think, a Pidgey and a Squirtle. So I should be fine. If that Pidgey is level 5 or greater, it'll have Sand Attack, which does concern me a little bit, especially since I don't have a badge yet. But we shall see. First one. Alright, so this is basically going to be how the primary fights go, or at least it will when we get there. Alright, let's... Here's our rival walking up on us with that super swagger. Trying to chat, being all like, I'm better than you and whatever. The only thing you're better at is catching these hands. I'm sorry, that was cringe. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that's a level 9 Pidgey. Oh dear. That's significantly stronger than I was thinking it would be. I'm probably not going to swap train on this one. Oh no. That didn't even do half. I'm in trouble. And it used Sand Attack. Now I'm in super trouble. I just need to hit it one more time. Oh, I forgot to change it to set mode. I say no, but I'm gonna swap, and the reason for that is I forgot to change it to set mode. That's another thing that Pokemon Challenges does that I agree is a very good idea. His Squirtle's weaker than his Pidgey? Alright, whatever, it's fine. And Bubble is a special attack, so I don't have to worry about that. So, oh dear, it hit. Oh, that didn't do anything. That's fine. Set mode makes it a little more challenging, because you can't just, oh, he's about to do this, let me swap to the thing that's good against it. It'll require, it'll force you to plan and think ahead and whatnot. So we ended up beating him because I swapped into Pidgey, hit him with a Sand Attack, and then just went to town on him with Gust. But it's fine. Alright. And then he takes like 9 years to go away, which, again, it's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and save. Good lord. I did not expect his Pidgey to be level 9. Could you tell it's been a while since I've done this? Yeah, I'm just going to go heal. After that, I'm going to save one more time, and then I think I'll call it there. I think I did a pretty decent amount for session 1. In any event, I appreciate anybody who stopped by for this first session slash test of the game and streaming and whatnot. Clearly, I have some more things that I need to work out, like trying to fix the audio and whatnot, but you know what? It's fine. I'll figure it out eventually. For those of who are watching this hopefully saved, I appreciate you guys giving me the views and lasting this long. I know I'm incredibly boring and super unentertaining, but I still appreciate you guys. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day, and I guess I'll see you next time.